Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. Today, very special video, and I thank you for joining me. It's my first cook in my 22-inch Weber Smoky Mountain, brand new. You've probably seen the unboxing. If you haven't, go back and check it out. I've done 2 burns with it. The first burn I did nothing but charcoal, Kingsford Blue. To the second burn, I added mesquite wood chips, and both I ended up with about 5 hours of smoking temperatures at about 250 to 290. So I used it as a learning curve and also to start seasoning that Smoky Mountain. But today's first cook, it's maiden cook. I'm going to smoke some pork St. Louis spare ribs with the rib tips, with my own personal rub. I'll have a recipe down below. I also made it for you on camera. The ribs, I went ahead and trimmed up into St. Louis, so you're going to see how I do that, because I'll be smoking the rib tips along with the ribs. Also, I'm going to be smoking some beef short ribs. And those I'm going to use olive oil as a binder, and I'll be rubbing them down with a coffee rub. With garlic and paprika, coffee. It's delicious. Alright. Beautiful video. Thank you for stopping by. Again, my name is Joe. If you're a subscriber, welcome back to The Guy Show. If you're not, you might want to consider subscribing. Let's check out these ingredients. Right, here is our spare ribs, and it's a full rack, as you can see. Beautiful looking. And let's go ahead and trim her up. So the first thing is to remove this flap right here. Let's move this flap. Alright, now let's remove this membrane. Yeah, I'm real excited about the first cook on this Weber Smoky Mountain. Alright, let's see if this membrane will cooperate. Don't hate, cooperate. Sorry about that. Come on, baby. Hey there, how you like that? Little fragments of membrane up here. Excellent. Alrighty. So now let's remove the riblet, so that this end of the ribs, looking for a joint up here. All right, let's see here. Let's trim up these spare ribs. I was tempted to just cook them all like so, but I'm not. I'm gonna properly trim them. I'm gonna go up as high as the brisket bone lets me. And there you have it, folks. Here's the, what do they call these? The oh my god, it'll come to me right now. I'm gonna leave this flat. Although it may burn off. No, let's take it off. And that'll cook up a little faster. Rib tips. Oh yeah, here's your rib tips. And here's your St. Louis cut right here. Nice looking. So let's rub them down. Alright, let's make the rub for these ribs. So I'm going to start with some brown sugar. Just going to put 2 tasting spoons right now. We'll make it 3. And then we're going to hit it with some granulated garlic. Some onion powder. Paprika. Some black pepper. And the final thing I'm going to add is the salt. Let's mix that up a little bit. Let's give it a taste. With a little more salt. Definitely taste the brown sugar. And I'm going to add a little more of the granulated garlic. Let's give that a taste. That's really good. Just a little more salt, not much, just a little more. Just a tad more paprika. I'm just looking for a balance of flavors. The sweet, the salty, and all the savory flavors in between. Definitely looking for something not too salty. That's really good right there. Sweet and salty with all the savory notes. Alright, excellent.
Alright, let's rub these ribs down. Okay. That's sure nice looking. Here's our rub we just prepared. Excellent. No binder, just straight up on the rib tips, that is, but I think on these ribs I'm going to add, no, we're going to go with no binder. No binder. Beautiful day outside. Beautiful day. Okay, so it's Election Tuesday today. Big presidential election going on right now. Hope you guys went out and casted your vote. Alright, here we go. Looking good. So I toned down the salt. I did my best to balance the salt, the sweet, and all the savory notes. Because I think my rub's been a little salty the last couple times. Beautiful. There she goes. So I'm going to put this in the fridge let the salt and the spices do their thing. Maybe these ribs will start sweating, meaning they'll start releasing their juices and then bringing them back in with the salt and all the spices. So, let's take a look at the star of today's video, the brand new, only burned, used twice, 22-inch Weber. Let's go take a look.
Alright, the coals are lit. Let's load this guy up. So I lit about 20 briquettes to get this guy going. Beautiful. And I'm going with Kingsford Blue, and I added some mesquite wood chips. And here are our ribs for our first smoke in my 22-inch Weber Smoky Mountain St. Louis spare ribs with the, get out of here, with the rib tips that you saw me trim up. And I'm also going to smoke some short ribs, and these have a coffee rub on them that I got at Trader Joe's out here in Southern California, and they look beautiful. Yes, excellent. Let's take a look at the temp on the smoky. On top, 230 or so on top, and on the thermometer, 235. Looking really good. So I'm gonna wait till she gets down up to about 250. Then they're gonna go in. So I set up the charcoal to give me at least 7 hours of smoke. The two initial burns, I ended up with 5 to 6 hours of smoke time at temperatures about 250 to 290. So I'd like a few more hours. So I added a little more fuel, mesquite smoking chips, Kingsford Blue using the mini method. Excellent. And here we are. Beautiful. I'll tell you what, everything's just about fit. Excellent. So I better seal her up, because this, before she gets too hot here. My target temp is anywhere from 250 to 275, give or take. So we're gonna put the lid on her, let her go for a couple of hours, and we'll see how they look like in a couple hours. I'll be spritzing the ribs with apple juice and apple cider vinegar, and I'll be spritzing the short ribs with beef broth. Whether I'm going to wrap or not, I probably am. The short ribs will probably just get a little squirt of beef broth, maybe a little red wine, I kind of like that, and traditional wrapping on the ribs, butter, brown sugar, honey, it'll be beautiful. Excellent. So we'll see how they look in a couple hours. Alright, it's been a couple hours. The short ribs are looking beautiful. Oh wow, look at that. They are looking marvelous. The ribs are coming along. I'm going to go ahead and spritz them. A little apple juice and with apple cider. All right. She's been holding steady at 250, went up as high as 280, and I brought her back down. And I got a little beef broth for the short ribs. Oh, they look beautiful. Excellent. I'm going to give the short ribs maybe another half hour, then I'm going to wrap those. The ribs still need a little bit of time. Would like to get more bark for sure. Alright, let's give the ribs a couple hours, another half hour with the short ribs before I wrap them up. Alright, about a half hour later, I'm going to wrap up the short ribs. These are, I still need more bark, so I'm going to spritz these, and let's wrap these guys up. Beautiful. I'm going to add some of the beef broth, a little steaming action. These smell amazing. Just like that. It's gonna go back on the smoker. Alright, let's seal her up. She was riding at 270. At this point, they've been in almost 3 hours. I need more bark on the ribs. The short ribs, as you see, they're wrapped up and they look marvelous. Let's give those ribs another hour. Well, today's video is not brought to you by Corona Premier. As far as light beers go, these aren't too bad. Excuse me, I shouldn't say that. It's better than average. For light beer, this Corona Premier is better than average. Better. I'd give it a B. I'd give it a B. Cheers. Right, I got everything wrapped up. Still going strong at 260. With the ribs, the rib tips, the beef ribs. I'm gonna check them in another hour. No, not even that. Maybe another half hour, and they'll be good. So far, so good. This thing is holding up like a champ. Been about 5.5 hours. She's rock steady at 280. What can I say? I put enough in there for, I thought, 7 hours. It was my first cook though. But the ribs look amazing. They're wrapped up and they're back in. The beef ones are out and they're resting. If you'd like to support my channel, The Guy Show, I have a link down below for all these products, especially this big Weber Smoky Mountain. There will be a link down below, and the channel will get a very small percentage, but it is certainly appreciated. We could use it, keep these awesome videos going. Well, anyway, thank you for that. Looking good. I'm gonna check those ribs in about half hour, 45 minutes. We'll see you guys then.
Alright, let's take a look. Got her off the smoker. I want to put her back on so I could glaze her. We'll wipe up some of this grease here. It smells amazing. Yes, it smells amazing. The brown sugar, the honey. Oh yeah, I mean, I like the pullback. Oh yeah. Oof. I'm going to strain the liquid, defat it. Then I'm gonna brush her when I put her back on the grill on the smoker till we have like a kind of like a nice glaze. So yeah.
They are looking marvelous. So I took the liquid from the wrap, defatted it, and I reduced it, and then I balanced out the flavors because it was nothing but sweet with apple cider vinegar, sea salt, and more of the rub. So now we're just going to glaze them over and have the glaze set. Let them rest, and we are rocking and rolling, and they are beautiful. Wow. Well, let's taste these tasty morsels. Go right into the rib. All over me now. Okay. That's so good. That is so good. Now, when I wrapped them, butter, brown sugar, honey, and just a little bit of the rub, and a little bit of the Spritz liquid, which was apple juice with apple cider vinegar, just so you could taste the vinegar right at the end. So again, I defatted it, then I reduced it to a glaze, and I adjusted the seasoning because it was awfully sweet. So I added more apple cider vinegar, more rub, and more salt until I got the balance of sweet and salty with the sour with the vinegar, the bitterness with the vinegar. Oh, that's delicious. Okay, now the beef. That coffee rub made for a beautiful, beautiful bark. And these short ribs, I just use olive oil as a binder, and then the rub, and they are just falling apart delicious. I have them over some Masterpiece barbecue sauce. So good. Okay, I gotta go in. That bark is amazing. Delicious. May have overcooked, the spare ribs just a tad, but they were some of the best tasting ribs I've had in a long time. The beef ribs, oh, great job for its maiden cook. This 22-inch Smoky Mountain, love it. Easy to keep temps. Glad I had a beautiful day. Beautiful experience. I can't wait to cook more on her. I think we broke her in right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so now. So, once again, thanks a lot for stopping by, and we'll see you guys here next time on The Guy Show. Goodbye, everybody. They are looking marvelous.